Good afternoon and welcome to today's news brief. Today is Tuesday, July 26th. The road awareness campaign Me Sumo por Los Cabos managed to lower the number of accidents on the Transpeninsular Highway from May 1st through June 16. Without the campaign in place, there were 131 accidents, while from June 17 to July 18, with the driving awareness campaign in place, there were 65 accidents registered. That is a 50% decrease in the number of accidents. Fortunately, the number of deaths linked to traffic accidents also decreased from 4 deaths before the implementation of the program to 1 fatality registered from June 18 through July 18. This was reported by Julio Castillo, president of the Los Cabos Coordinating Council. The injuries also dropped from 16 victims from May 1 through June 16 to 1 victim. The National Guard Highway Division reported that the numbers dropped from 100 to 41 in accidents on the Fonatur-Cabosanlucas stretch of the highway. In other local news, last week, Roberto Cuetara Gonzalez, the director of the Cabo-San-Lucas Museum of Natural History, received a well-deserved tribute in recognition for the work he has done not only in Los Cabos but throughout Bajacaliforniasur since the 1970s. But above all, for the 16 years he has dedicated to establishing and directing the Cabo-San-Lucas Museum of Natural History. During the presentation, Gustavo de la Peña said that Cuetara is a builder of museums in Baja California Sur, having opened the Missions Museum in Loreto, the Music Museum in El Triunfo, among others. The small tribute was offered at Casa de la Danza in Cabo San Lucas to acknowledge the work that Roberto Cuetara has done over the last 16 years to open and head a well-thought-out museum that, as Cuetara himself confirmed, has stayed in operation without ever being included in the operations budget of the municipality. Now, the museographer is hoping to put together a museum of anthropology for Los Cabos, which he said has much more history than people imagine. The Natural History Museum of Cabo San Lucas is open Tuesdays through Sundays from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. All is set for the 2022 edition of the Abierto de Tenis Mifel Tennis Open, which is part of the 250 ATP circuit, said Joffrey Fernandez, director of the tournament. The tournament will begin on August 1st and continue through the 6th and will count with the presence of top-seeded players such as Cameron Norrie, Daniel Medvedev, and Felix Auger-Aliassime. Tickets are currently on sale, and they are available at either Ticketmaster, online at abiertoloscabos.com, and at the box office at Cabo Sports Center, located along the tourist corridor at kilometer 18.5. In national news, the Mexican economy will likely fall into recession next year, according to economic research firm Moody's Analytics. Alfredo Coutinho, the company's head of Latin America research, believes there is a growing probability that the global economy will enter a recession in the next 12 months and that Mexico will be unable to avoid suffering the same fate. In a report, Coutinho set out a global recession scenario in which a contraction begins in the second quarter of 2023 for Mexico and lasts for a total of 3 quarters. In the scenario, he anticipated that the GDP will shrink 1.7% in the next calendar year after a growth of 1.8% in 2022. Coutinho's report said the Mexican economy faces a combination of unfavorable events, including the persistence of supply shorts in the global economy, high prices for raw materials, and weakening of domestic demand amid the necessity to raise interest rates to combat high inflation. That is all that I have for you today. Have a great evening, and remember to tune in on Sunday at 6 p.m. for another edition of Cabomilnews and Community Update with Corey Riggs and Claudia Velo.